Hi, everybody. It is Monday, the 26th of June, 2023. Just want to go over some stuff. Uh, Remember, everything is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, form your own opinions. The full disclaimer is down in the description box. So, just uh, I'm just gonna go through some stuff. For some reason, uh, last night was not a good night. I did not have a good sleep, and something's up. I don't know what it is. Uh, I'm just not feeling 100% today, so this may be very short. Couple things um, that I wanted to say on Saturday, but I missed. I do want to say thank you to the Miss America pageant, scholarship pageant system, because they now have put it in writing that no transvestites are allowed to compete. Yes. Women only. If you ever have the opportunity to compete in one of the prelim pageants, or know a young woman who is, make sure she reads all the paperwork very, very carefully. Because there is a waiver that she can sign if she's just in it for the scholarship. So please read over the Miss America paperwork very carefully before you make the decision to compete. Okay? Another thing that we've got to do nationwide is we have to push to end this law that says in loco parentis. It's in effect in pretty much every school district across the United States. And what it means is that once the child is on the school property, physical property in the building, parental rights are basically severed, and the school is in loco parentis. The school now has all parental controls over the child and can act in the best interest of the child, no matter what the biological parents say or do. So that needs to really be get kicked out of all the state nationwide. Just get rid of that. Oh, that ability, that law. Okay. Now some other stuff that's happening. Yeah. In Kandahar, as expected, the Taliban has now banned all female aid workers from the country, especially Kandahar. So pretty soon expect Afghanistan to be back in the situation where women are cloistered within the walls of their home compound, and if they should leave the compound, they'll be back wearing the head-to-toe burqas. Thank you, Jojo. The other thing that's going all over the news, actually, I think that Titan thing, they knew it was going to go boom. And look at who the passengers were, why they strung it out. They knew Sunday afternoon that it was a goner, but they kept it in the news cycle for as long as possible, basically to hide the fact of what was going on in Ukraine and Russia. You see this guy, Prigozhin. He was head of this mercenary group known as the Wagner. And he was trying to pull a mutiny act on Vlad. Well, this was going on, and of course, Vlad's side found out about it very quickly. Prigozhin basically was shipped off. Prigozhin at that time was the head of the Wagner mercenaries. You can look it up in the dictionary. I mean, hey, there were Hessian mercenaries fighting in our Revolutionary War. Do your homework, folks. Yeah, so Prigozhin is yanked from the Wagner mercenary group and packed off to Belarus. Now, there's some sort of deal going on between Vlad and the guy who heads up Belarus. I've been able to pull up some stuff on it, but I'm not going there right now. Also, stuff that's going on in Serbia. And they're now entering their 9th week of protests about stuff dealing with their president. And they want other people to resign. And Serbia has also, quote unquote, put an end to all reality TV in the country of Serbia. So it's kind of, stuff is popping. It's really, really, I can't go into stuff. Last night, I mean, I was seeing stuff that's, okay, yeah, I piled on a lot of makeup right now for filming this. And you can still see the circles under my eyes. And that's what kind of rest I got. Pay attention to other layoffs like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. Those are like the two big financial groups here in the States. And international. They're already starting the massive layoffs. Stuff is going to hit the fan. And start expecting layoffs in other areas also, because for the past couple of years, a lot of people have been getting handouts and stuff like extra SNAP, link card money. That was happening. There was stuff going on with people, if they weren't working, they were getting Medicaid from their state. Well, now they're cutting back on that. They think people should be going back to work. Well, back when Obamacare kicked off, it kind of trashed the insurance companies. It changed the game, making it mandatory for everyone to have health insurance. And you had to prove you had it, so you had to get some sort of insurance policy. So right now, you can go and get, quote unquote, a health insurance policy, which is basically for a major medical catastrophe. I mean, it's outrageously expensive, and it only covers after you've spent maybe $10,000 to $20,000 out of pocket. Should someone have a lifelong chronic condition, a lot of insurance companies, your premium and your deductible is so high that many companies can't afford to hire people. When I was injured and I was diagnosed with RSD, I still tried to go back to work. And I was making it all the way to the point where I was going into the HR offices, filling out all the paperwork, and then they give you the insurance stuff to fill out. And you have to be honest, you can't omit a pre-existing condition. Well, I'd fill out all this paperwork, and the girls in the HR department, okay, we'll call you in a couple days and give you your, this is Monday, you'll be starting next Monday. And I'm like, okay, a week for HR to fill out the paperwork. Well, I would get a call on Friday asking me to come in. And I would be informed that they are now rescinding the job offer before I even started. I was like, this kept happening over and over. So a friend of mine, she got me an interview at the company she worked at. She knew the girls in HR. And I breezed through everything. And I went in, I filled out everything. And then a couple days later, I got the phone call that the offer was rescinded. So I asked my friend, what happened? Well, through a back door, the girl from HR told her off the record, your friend is too expensive to provide health insurance for. We cannot afford, her health insurance would cost more than her yearly salary. So then I started checking around. I started calling up different insurance companies, and I went to the big ones. And I said, I have this, and I need to know, I need an health insurance policy because I have complex regional pain syndrome, RSD. The lowest quote that I received at that time, and this was back in, no, it was like 2015, it was nearly $40,000 a year out of pocket. And I realized that for me to keep any kind of health insurance, I had to go on Medicaid, which means I had to make sure that my monthly income, yearly income, fell below it. And my doctors are going, your health is going to deteriorate. So we need to get you on disability as quickly as possible. So the sooner we can, then we can maintain with your medical protocol without any gaps and hopefully keep you stabilized, because there are people who have been diagnosed with the same thing I have and have had to live without medical protocol similar to mine, and they're basically now in a facility hooked up to a morphine drip. So I want to say thank you, Obama, for screwing up our health insurance. And a lot of people, a lot of companies, yeah, they are hiring these youngsters who don't know their butts from the hole in the ground because it's cheaper health insurance wise. And that's what's happened to our country. The people who actually know what needs to be done don't get hired for jobs. I mean, people used to work 65, 70. They were forcing people to retire at 75. I mean, guys who are sharp as tacks in some of these executive positions. But now that the health insurance game is like ridiculous, it's out to make as much money as possible. I mean, they will deny treatment till they are forced to provide care for treatment. I mean, I know of one hospital group that, women will go in for their yearly mammogram and there will be something on it, and they say, let's just wait to see what it looks like next year. Next year might be too late. You might be in end-stage breast cancer. That's like, hey, Sarah Ferguson, yes, she let people know. It's awareness. Women, no matter how small the cyst is, you go in for that biopsy, that surgical biopsy, and have it done. Don't let any radiologist or hospital network say, let's wait to see what it looks like. If there's something spotted, you get it biopsied ASAP. That's the difference between having a scar or ending up in a coffin. You got to do it. And even though if you're on NHS or on Medicaid, you fight tooth and nail. You scream bloody murder. You get it done, ladies. No. And the Henry and Rachel nonsense. Yeah, Henry is now accusing Rachel of having an affair with Marcus A. I don't think she ever stopped messing around with him. He's always been a side piece for her. And now they're saying, oh, Henry wanted to do his podcast where he wanted to interview influential people about their horrible childhoods. I think Henry has a hard time stringing two cohesive sentences together without a teleprompter. I don't think he even knows what a teleprompter is. So, like I said, it's last night really rough. Something's been hitting me left, right, everywhere, and I am going to have to basically pull out the sea salt. And so, folks, sorry it's so short today, but I just don't have the physical being to do what people expect. So, yeah, I'll be talking to you. Today's Monday the 26th. I'll be talking to you on Wednesday the 28th. Have a good one. Bye-bye.